It's no secret that I'm not loved in the trans community. I'm not loved on social media such as Reddit, Twitter, TikTok, and yeah, even YouTube. So let's react to my haters online.
YouTube. What are we going to do with you? The other day, Danish conservative Christian trans YouTuber Marcus Dib was completely deplatformed by YouTube, seemingly with no explanation. His entire channel was deleted, including all of his videos. Now, Marcus goes by the handle the Offensive Tranny, that's just how he self-identifies. And we, at Zach's Strange Corners of Thought, respect how Mr. Tranny self-identifies. Now, Marcus has a lot of detractors that vehemently disagree with his beliefs, and full disclosure, I also disagree with most of what he believes. These are just some of his beliefs. Sex is a strict binary between male and female. A person cannot change one's biological sex. To the extent that something like gender exists, it's usually the sex characteristic of your brain. So for him, he was born in a female body, but he had a male brain, and that is the cause of his gender dysphoria, and it can really only be alleviated by medically transitioning. Marcus is a trans-medicalist, which is the viewpoint that you can only be truly trans if you have medically diagnosed gender dysphoria and the desire to medically transition. I did a really short explainer video on trans-medicalism, so check it out, it's not very long. Marcus doesn't believe in non-binary genders, or people who are gender fluid, etc. He believes these are all made-up genders, though, spoiler alert, all genders are made up. He also thinks that gender cannot possibly be a social construct, because that would make gender a choice, or something that you could just do on a whim. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of what a social construct is that a lot of conservatives make. Social constructs are not just some fiction that people choose on a whim. Social constructs are highly complicated social relations that we unconsciously internalize and is inherent to our construction as individuals. Here's a list of social constructs that are real and not a choice. Society, law, money, the state, borders, languages, culture, traditions, every form of art and entertainment, race, class, communication, norms, marriage, religion, education, and family structures. An excellent example of a social construct is money. Money is a social construct. I could break up this quarter into itty bitty pieces and you would still not find the value in it. It is society that imbues it with value. And we don't really get to choose whether we want to participate in money or not. Most of our decisions often unconsciously take into account money or wealth before we even do them, whether we like it or not. Mr. Tranny is also against trans kids medically transitioning until they are adults. He says that puberty blockers are poison. He's opposed to trans people playing in sports with the gender that they have transitioned to. He doesn't believe trans men are men or trans women are women, but only that trans men are trans men and trans women are trans women. So kind of the basic tautology there. He even says on his Instagram page, quote, "Not a real man, but a biological woman living life as a man." Furthermore, he says on his Twitter page, "Acknowledging that I'm a biological woman, living life as a man, and not buying into the idea that there's a man, quote, trapped inside of me is what set me free. It's empowering." Now, this is a rejection of the wrong body model of transness, which essentially says that you were born in the wrong body. I myself am skeptical of the wrong body model, but most trans-medicalists subscribe to it. He also frequently says that he was born a biological female and he will die a biological female.
My biology is female. I was born that way. I will die that way.
Marcus has had a double mastectomy. He is on male hormones through hormone replacement therapy. He got a hysterectomy getting rid of his deuterus. I don't remember if he got rid of his brovaries either, but thanks to YouTube, I can't go back and check now, can I? Anyway, it's my belief that he has more male sex characteristics than female sex characteristics and is, for all intents and purposes, a male. He's not the exact same as a cis male like me, but he is a trans male, and he's closer to being male than he is to being female. And while he was born a biological cis female, he will die a biological trans male, because a trans male and a cis female do not have the same biology. I do hope one day that he can accept this part of him. Now, why am I going over all of this for somebody that I fundamentally disagree with on almost everything? Because despite me disagreeing with him on almost all of these beliefs, Mr. Tranny still has free speech rights. And free speech rights includes the right to be wrong. And I don't think YouTube should be censoring him just because he has views that others disagree with. And to be clear, a lot of people agree with Marcus. He has way more subs and likes than I do. His videos were regularly starting to get tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of views. He had one video that had over 1 million views. And that's really the point in YouTube monetization, where you can actually make a decent amount of money from it. Now, a lot of people often say that free speech only applies to government censorship, and Google's a private company that can do whatever they want. Well, companies like Google, Meta, Twitter, TikTok, etc. have more wealth and power than most nations. Now, I'm not a free speech absolutist. I think there are legitimate reasons to censor or deplatform people. I just don't think this is one of them. Now, I haven't watched a lot of Marcus's more recent content because the way I perceive it, it's just him dunking on people that he disagrees with, and I don't really find that interesting. But at the same time, you're allowed to dunk on people. There is no law against being an asshole. I'm personally more interested in trans theories and the philosophies behind them, and one of the reasons I even started watching Marcus's page is because I'm working on a critique of trans-medicalism video, which will be made harder because of YouTube deplatforming him. A lot of trans people who aren't trans-medicalists, who I have dubbed trans-umbrellists because they believe trans is an umbrella term that includes a variety of gender-variant people, including all transsexuals, virulently oppose many of Marcus's views. And some of Marcus's opponents think that those views actually directly harm trans people. They may be right. There was this YouTuber, a cop that hates someone named Mo for some reason, that threatened to curb stomp Marcus, which is actually really dangerous and cause a lot of physical damage. But I don't know, I'm just some cis scum dude who has his own opinion. And my opinion is the way to react to his views is not to get some mega corporation that doesn't give a shit about any of us to censor him. Leave him comments. Slide into his DMs and tell him why he's wrong. Make a YouTube video criticizing and dunking on him. I'd say the biggest reason I'm so opposed to this censoring by YouTube, to the point that I'm risking making a video that could potentially get me deplatformed entirely, is because if they go after him, they can go after us. Last year, after the Russian war of aggression in Ukraine, YouTube completely deleted the channels of 2 journalists, Abby Martin and Chris Hedges. Neither of these people supported Russia, but they had shows on RT, which is Russian-owned media. Now, both of these people had criticized Russia on a multitude of issues, yet simply for the reason that they were on RT, they had hundreds of videos deleted, sometimes lost for good. All of this for no valid reason whatsoever. I personally don't want to live in a world where behemoth mega corporations can unilaterally, with no checks and balances, determine which speech is permitted and which speech isn't. So, YouTube, stop being ridiculous. Give Marcus his channel back. Like the rest of us, he has free speech rights, and that includes the right to be wrong on a variety of different issues. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. Let me know if you think Marcus should get his channel back or not. And hopefully I don't lose my own channel because I offended our Google overlords. Now, I'll see you the next time you make a wrong turn in one of my strange corners of thought. Bye. Honestly, I just see 2 dudes here, except the one on the right is way hotter.